It looks like we are live. So if anybody wants to watch this after the fact, like always, I will be doing I can see myself in too many screens. It's weird. I will cut this up into a highlight video if enough people want it. And I'm thinking about doing this for Vikings games as well, but make sure I sound all right. There we are. NFL draft live reactions. Now I have to look at the chat off my phone. So if anything's weird, that's where I'm having to look at this. All right, Morgan says I sound good. And the delay doesn't sound too bad over here, so hopefully we're good to go. So I have the chat up on my phone. I have to stream the draft on my computer, so hopefully more people join. But we just got started, so should be a fun time once more people pop in. Hey, what's up, Mike? Psych, how you doing? Now I actually have a little idea of what I think the Browns should do if they would be smart. I think. See, the problem, the biggest problem. What's up, Jacob? How you doing? Yeah, I saw the Adam Schefter post, Jacob, that apparently 6 teams have already talked to. That 6 teams have already talked to the Vikings about trading up. Yeah, but 3 second-round picks are pretty legit. I would like that quite a bit. Vikes Hike, if you want, we can, you can just kind of follow the chat if you don't want to have the sound on when you're at work, and we can keep you up to date with the draft. But what I think the Browns should do, see, the problem is that there's not a clear-cut number 1 overall pick. There's not an Andrew Luck in this draft. You know what I'm saying? That's because there's 3 quarterbacks that people are like, well, we don't know which one's the best. So I think that clearly means that there's not one that's amazing. So I think they're better off if they could get any value, even like a 4th-round pick or hopefully like a 3rd if you're a Browns fan, right? To trade back in the middle of the 1st round, like the 16th or something, pick up another pick with their, the 3rd pick overall. If they can get the running back from Penn State, pick him up. Otherwise, I'll go with the guard, Nelson or whatever. I haven't researched a whole lot about the really early picks. I only cared about the ones that would be available for the Vikings. And then in the middle of the 1st round pick, they should go Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson would be really good to sit under Tyrod Taylor because they're similar players. And they have Tyrod Taylor. I don't know why they would need a quarterback right away, right? I mean, Tyrod's solid. Like, they probably have like a top 25 quarterback or so. So, and Jacob, I see that because Saquon's supposed to be like the clear-cut best player in the draft, maybe potentially one of the best running backs of all time, like potential-wise, right? But running backs have a history of not being good enough to get wins. You know what I'm saying? Like Adrian Peterson was the best when he was around with the Vikings, but the Vikings didn't get a lot of winning seasons around there. The Lions, Barry Sanders carried them, but the Lions were still awful. And then Walter Payton had a really awful time getting wins in Chicago until they got the best defense all time in '85. So, like, there's that philosophy that he's just the best player overall, so he's worth it. But I don't know if running backs are worth a top 10 pick, honestly. I don't think they help the team enough. I was actually thinking about doing a video on what if the Vikings didn't draft Adrian Peterson. I think that could be interesting to see how that would fully develop. And the boos have started, boys. The best part about the draft, the boos are the boos are out. So would you guys like it if I did this during games? Would this be something you guys would like? Because I pretty much have my setup going during the games anyway, so I could just live stream it, and then I could just take it off of YouTube and do that for a little 10-minute video. But I think live would be fun. Could have a little party for every little game off of the stream. I think it'd be a fun thing. All right, Vikes Hikes likes it, and that's all that matters. And I thought this is a really good idea because the draft is really awful. The draft is I don't know why it gets so much media, but the hype around it's fun. But the Vikings are the 30th pick. You don't have to have your TV on for 2 hours. But should be fun. I'll try to make it as entertaining as possible. I think Browns really need to take a quarterback number 1 or 4. So maybe that would have helped out the Browns. But it really doesn't look like any of the I think Mayock's big board. I think he had Rosen at 5. He was the highest rated quarterback. Want to pick? I don't know how that would get leaked, but maybe his agent was spreading the news around. Who knows? Wouldn't that be the trolliest thing ever? If every player in the draft just knew when they were going to get drafted, and they stretched it out for 3 hours. Everything was already done. They stretched it out for 3 hours just for all the ad revenue. Just hype it up. Everybody knows where they're at already. It's the whole pre-draft process is learning acting skills so you can cry for the cameras and stuff. Pretty hyped though. I was thinking about going to the Vikings draft party, but the Browns are on the clock. This will really turn things up. Oh, Vikes, that's a good point. That's pretty gross. Eli's, I don't know if you can put Eli Manning in a big 3 category anymore, but you can say 2-time Super Bowl champ. I think Super Bowl MVP, Eli Manning. That makes him sound a little bit better, right? The 2-time Tom Brady beating Super Bowl champion, Eli Manning. I guess you could say he could be in that category. But I really think the Giants want a new quarterback. Man, why did they get 8 minutes? I don't understand why the first overall pick gets 8 minutes too. We trade all of our picks. If he's as good as he's supposed to be, that'd be pretty funny. I don't know. I don't know. I know. I'm good with baseball Hall of Fame criteria. I don't know what it is for football because different eras, stats change a whole lot. I would think, unless the position group is stacked, you'd have to at least be a top 5 quarterback in your era to be a MVP. I mean, Hall of Famer. I don't think there's any way that Eli Manning's a top 5 in the era. If you're saying like his era is like the 2000s, it's like Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers. Like, I thought it was a shame the Vikings couldn't pick up any of the guards in free agency or anything. That it looks like they made their decision. So you know damn well they know what they're picking. The biggest risk there is, of course, we have like depth wise, like 5 big holes. I mean, technically, we're fine at running back. I think we're still missing at least one defensive tackle that we would want. Linebacker, we would still want depth there. For run, Ricky run.